Hey guys, welcome back to the Woolen Homestead. My name is Tiffany. This is episode 111. I'm coming to you from Midland, Michigan. And yeah, it's been a very long time since I have recorded an episode. So much has happened in the last 8-9 months that it's been. But I will talk more about that in life stuff, which is at the end of the episode. But I guess I will preface with, we got a puppy and his crate is right behind that wall. So if you hear barking, that could be why. So, all right. Well, let's see. You can find me on Instagram as the Woolen Homestead. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got. So, let's see here. I did not write down project notes. I just brought all my projects out. So I'm just gonna grab one and start showing you. So I'll start with a pair of socks that I have. I don't remember when I cast these on. Actually, I do have a note on my notes app that says when I cast things on, so I can at least tell you guys that. Oh wow, so I started these socks on my birthday last year. I forgot about that. So my birthday is May 29th, and man, I didn't realize I've had these going for that long. I don't even have one done yet. So this is Nomadic Yarns, the Tinsel Tree colorway. And I've got, so you can see the stripes, so fun. And I have a little squirrel progress keeper from Simply Serving. And using Knit Pro Zings, I do 64 stitches, 2x2 rib for the cuff, heel flap and gusset. This is a super hot pink yarn for the heel. This is Socks, yeah. That's what that is from. Let's see if I know the colorway. Yeah, by Coop Knits. Xenon is the color. And what else do I have? Oh, this is the yarn in the Gobstopper ball, which is always fun. But yeah, I have not been knitting on these a ton. I was taking them to knit night, but I haven't been able to make it to that for a little bit. So I haven't really been knitting on them. And honestly, I didn't knit a ton over the last couple of months just because puppies. Puppies are a lot of work, and a puppy that really likes to chew on yarn. So that's been very interesting. Let's see here. So yeah, that, oh, and this bag is from Mountain State Stitches. What else do I have? Oh, I have my Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. Still going on this. This is in a Daisy Girl and Company bag. I can't even zip it anymore. Should probably put it in a different bag, but can't be bothered. So this is the, what is this, Twist and Turns? Was that what this one was called? I should know this. This is, I'm not being a good Stephen West knitter right now. Yeah, Twist and Turns. So I busted my butt on this right before we did get our puppy. His name is Huxtable, and I was like, oh, perfect. I'm gonna get as much of this done as I can before, and then when he's little, I'll just knit on it. And yeah, I didn't knit much after we got him. But yeah, I'm on clue 4. Let me see the best way to show this. I guess I'll do it this way. But yeah, super graphic. I really enjoy this. I really like this bit of green here. And then I got my little tail that you pick up as you go. You can see what it looks like on this side. Yeah. I have a little ghost progress keeper on here because it was the fall when we did this. And that's another Simply Serving little ghost cookie. So cute. But yeah, the yarn is, let's see, the gray was one of our old ones. It was Earl Grey. And then this green is from a Homespun House club, Harry Potter club. I want to see what it's called, like gillyweed. It's something to do with gillyweed because I remember that was the charm that came with it. Let's see. The colorway is called "You Has to Eat This, Sir." I love it. And the black is this Moscow Farm. And it's 35% alpaca, 35% wool, 10% mohair, 20% nylon. Yeah. Just a couple of, that was just some black yarn that I had. I have a couple of them. So I'm using Luca needles, like these wooden ones. This is size 4. Yeah, it's a big old shawl. I need to get this done. I haven't been, I don't know, haven't been really drawn to work on it when I do get out knitting to work on. My hair all caught in it, but my little personal rule is I just have to finish it before the next one. So, because I do love doing the mystery knit along. Let's see, what else do I have? I actually have a lot of Stephen West patterns to show you guys. So I have another one. This I actually started just after Christmas. And these are leggings. These are from Stephen West as well. And they're all scrappy and super fun. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for these. I just thought this would be so much fun to do. It calls for, I think it calls for DK, but like I'm doing fingering held double, which I think is actually what he says to do as well. This is, I want to say it's Marled Mania leggings. Yeah, Marled Mania leggings. And I love these. I love these so much. It calls to my scrappy heart. Oh my gosh, I just got an email from West Knits. That's hilarious. The Dustland dog sweater. Okay, so I got the dog sweater collection, and so each randomly he just sends out he sends out new patterns, and I've actually got 2 dog sweaters going, so I'll show you guys those as well. That's exciting. Oh my goodness. All right, so yeah, these are my leggings so far. I'll get you guys a close-up. But yeah, I'm just having a blast, just marling scraps. No rhyme or reason to it, just having fun. And let's see, I think these are, what are these? Chogu needles? I don't even remember what these are. I think these are Chogu. Yes, they are. Size 8. They're fixed wooden ones. So yeah, I'm enjoying the heck out of this project. That is one that I need to work on again. I love me some scrappy projects. In this Christmas goats bag. This is a bag from Anomalous Mind, and this was a field bag from Fringe Supply Co. But this is from Anomalous Mind. She's local to us here in town. And this is a sweater that I'm knitting for my mom. So this is the Wilderness Sweater by Lincoln Newman. I've knit 2 of Lincoln's patterns. This is the first of her patterns that I knit. This is the same one. So it's the one with the paw prints across the yoke, real big paw prints. So yeah, it's bottom up, and I'm just using this white, this is this unknown yarn that my aunt had given me. And I had a bunch of them, and so I'm just holding it double. And because this pattern calls for bulky weight. So I'm just holding it double, and I guess the others though, Am I holding those double too? I don't even remember. Oh yes, I think I am. Yes, I am holding both double. Okay, so I have, the others are worsted weight held double as well. One of them is, what is this called? Fisherman's wool from Lion Brand. This is, I'm not sure what this is. This is just a random worsted weight, like leftovers that I had in my stash. And yeah, and then, oh, and I've got some pink. I'm gonna use pink in the yoke. So the pink is gonna be, I believe, the background. Yes, and the paw prints are gonna be in the brown. So right now I'm just on to the body of the sweater, and it's just stockinette. So really I should be working on this before it gets too hot. Although, you know, when I knit mine, I knit it in the summer too. I have a tendency to do that. I knit like really thick things in the summer, and I don't know why I do that. Like I should just knit socks, but oh well. Oh well. So that is the Wilderness Sweater by Lincoln Newman. Oh, the size needles for this, I don't even remember. 10.5 on the body. I remember the ribbing was smaller. I don't know if it was just a 10. I think it might have been a 10. I don't remember, but yeah, then I started a scrappy opal granny stripe blanket. See if I can say that 10 times fast. I just started this 2 days ago, and I'm so excited about this. So this is as far as I've gotten. I cast on 200 stitches, which is what the pattern says. The pattern says to do it in DK, so this is gonna be smaller, but when I measured it, I measured the chain, it was like 50 inches or so. But I'm gonna probably remeasure, because I wanna make sure it's big enough. So I may rip back, but it's not that much to rip back, to be completely honest, and just chain on a little bit more. But yeah, so I have some scrap opal from socks that I've made, but I also have a ton of these little minis that I actually bought with the intent of making a granny stripe opal blanket. So I bought these. I made a post on Instagram and someone was asking where I got them. It's from Yarn Stories on Etsy. They're out of Lithuania. Came real fast, I remember too. It was great. So yeah, really happy with that. Weirdly enough, I don't have a ton of opal scraps, and I thought I did, but I must have already used them in either scrappy projects or swaps. I tend to do a lot of swaps, so yeah. I was like, oh, I guess I should, but I have a ton like in my stash, so I'm probably gonna start some opal socks, so that way I can put them in my blanket. So yeah, and I just love the way opal yarn feels. I am using a C-hook 2.75 millimeter from Clover. I really like these hooks a lot. I got it at Joann's with a coupon, and yeah, really happy with that. Okay, my last two projects are both dog sweaters. Okay, so I'll show you the first one in a dog bag. This is from Freckled Whimsy, and it's got Disney dogs all over the fabric. So cute. Love it. So this is the, what does he call this? This was the first one. Striped Pup Sweater by Stephen West. And it uses DK, and I went in my stash, didn't have a ton of DK. And the only two colors I had that went together were Christmas colors. So I'm making Huxtable a Christmas sweater in May. But yeah, I just thought that was too funny. I was like, well, it also kind of reminds me of like Freddy Krueger, which makes me laugh, but so maybe this would be a Halloween sweater too. But yeah, so he's got a little Christmas sweater coming. This is actually both of our old yarns that we used to dye. So this is the Ruby colorway. I don't remember what this green one is called. I don't know if I even have a tag. This is it in the ball. I think it was like pine or something. I don't know. I can't remember, but that is my Christmas sweater for my dog. This is so funny. So cute. Hopefully he wears them well, which is so funny actually because already he seems to run pretty warm. So, but I have a feeling by the time winter comes, he'll be ready for a sweater. All right, so my other dog sweater is in this Fox and the Hound bag that, oh my gosh, this is so old now. This is from a swap that I did on Craftster in like 2009, 2008. It was a long time ago. And it was Disney themed, and my partner sent me this. I just thought it was so cute. And I still love it. I use it all the time. So this is the Brioche Pup sweater, I think is what he called it. Yes, Brioche Pup. So this one I have been going gangbusters on. When I got the email that the Brioche sweater had been sent out, I like went upstairs, printed it off right away. I literally same day went to the local yarn store, Stranded Yarn and Coffee, if you're in the area, love it. And I bought 2 skeins of yarn, or 4 skeins technically, to make this sweater. So let me see what these are called, because I don't remember. So it's DK Merino Superwash Plymouth Select. And it's 100% superwash fine merino wool. Let's see. So the blue is Cobalt and the green is Lime Glow. This is not like the most Stephen West color ever. So yeah, I got 4. So I have 2 other skeins waiting because they're only 50 gram skeins, 130 yards each. And yeah, I can't wait. So this is the back. And then these are the little armholes. They're on waste yarn right now. And then right now I'm just on the body. So essentially this is the head up here and I'm working on the body right now. And I just need to do like 5 inches from this cast on right here. So well on my way, and it's just straight brioche. So it's very, very enjoyable, really relaxing. I love the brioche stitch. Super squishy, and I am believing that this will be reversible. I actually like this side better. So I'm gonna make sure when I weave in my ends that I do it inconspicuously so I can do either side, but I really like this side better. This will be fun. So yeah, can't wait. So that, seeing as I'm like going crazy on this one, this actually might be my next finished object. I have not finished anything this year at all. And these 2 sweaters were the first things that I cast on this year, which I only did it last month. So yeah, it was weird. I wasn't knitting like at all, like barely. So, but you know, we go through that sometimes, and I just kind of wrote it out and figured it'll be there when I'm ready. So I want to go into acquisitions. So I got the sweetest care package. So I'll go into this a little bit more in life stuff, but back in January we lost Miss Ella. So Ella was my baby, and sucks. But yeah, that's pretty much what you need to know. So she was my Black Lab Hound mix. And yeah, we lost her unexpectedly in January. And Michelle from the Naughty Knitwits, she reached out to me on Instagram when I posted that we lost Miss Ella, and asked if she could send me a care package. I just thought that was so kind. So a few days later in the mail, I get this little bag, this little project bag that says socks on it from Knitting I Love. Little tag on there, that's cute, little keychain. And inside are just a bunch of sweet little goodies. She sent me a very, very sweet sympathy card. And then she sent me some yarn. This is lollipop yarn. And this is the Mayhem colorway, which I love that. Love that. I think you guys can see that really well. Those are all the colors in it. And she sent some wool needles from Knitter's Pride. Those are really cool. I've never used a tapestry needle like that, so I'm really excited to try those out. Some little snips. It's a little octopus. It's cute. You just take off. You can use them. So yeah, that's really cute. I've seen those, but I've never used those. And then a matching DPN cozy that goes with the bag. Oh, I didn't realize this. The bag maker's Bed of Roses. Oh, I didn't know that. That's so sweet. I always loved her stuff and just thought she makes the most beautiful things. So that is really precious. And then there's also some Tuft Woolens lotion, pumpkin spice latte. Oh my gosh, so good, so good. And then a little Nitty McPurley tin full of stitch markers. So let's see, let's show off some of these. Kind of got them all connected together. There's that one. Oh, I've seen these before. These are really cool. I think they're, oh, this one's attached though. Oh my goodness, I'm losing everything. Okay, so this is 1, 2. Sweet little pearl. But I've seen these before too. I believe they're like a row counter, if I recall. I could be completely wrong. But I'm pretty sure. I know it's for counting something. But I have seen these. I think these are really cool. And I love the little toadstool. He's so cute. Little knitting dinosaur. Sweet. So sweet. And then another pretty snowflake, Christmassy snowflake. And then some like stitch markers, little hexagons. So yeah, super cute. So thank you so much, Michelle. That was so sweet and so kind and just really filled me up when I was having a really hard time. So that was so sweet. But yeah, that is really, I believe, the only acquisitions that I've got. Like, I haven't been doing much purchasing, like I said, except for when the sweater pattern came out. I was all over that. But yeah, that's that I can think of. I believe that's really all that I've been doing. I've been really puppy focused. So I'm doing a lot of training with him and all sorts of stuff. So, but as far as life stuff, so since we last chatted, like I said, a lot has happened. So back in, let's see, it would have been the end of August, I believe. It was the end of August. My aunt passed away. That was unexpected. For the time, she did have cancer, but it was very unexpected. And so that was really sad. And that was my aunt that does a lot of crafting. And so that was really hard. And then I was at a baby shower for my cousin just before that, and then she had her baby, and my cousin and I are very close in age. We're 3 weeks apart, and so that was very exciting that she had her baby, and I got to meet her last month, and she's just so precious and the cutest little thing. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. And I actually ended up knitting her and crocheting even just a few like hats and things. Soon after she was born, there was a little pumpkin crochet hat that my aunt was going to be knitting her or crocheting for her, and I had found that on her Pinterest, and so I whipped that up for my cousin and sent that out to her. I think it took a day. It did not take very long at all, and oh, it was so cute. She was so cute. She's just a doll, and so smiley. And yeah, and then right after that, we got a puppy. So it was we got him in November, but we put a deposit in September, end of September. So Ethan and I had just been talking, and I had been really wanting to get into competition grooming. I actually just remember another big thing that I did not put on my notes, but I'll let you guys know right after this thought. So yeah, I wanted to get into competition grooming, and I've always wanted a standard poodle for years, really ever since I became a groomer, which has been now 12 years, I think. So it's been a while, and just trying to find out when the right time for us to do that. We've been wanting to add another dog, and we've just been talking and felt like it was the right time. So yeah, so end of September, reached out to a breeder and put the deposit down. And what was crazy was the day that I reached out to her was actually the day that the puppies were born. So, you know, it gave me a full 2 months to prepare after we had put the deposit down. So, but yeah, and actually just before that, I'm trying to remember because this was all so similar in the timing. Actually, no, it was just after this. So we put the deposit on the puppy. I actually stepped back from being a manager. So I am now just a full-time groomer, and I'm loving it. It's wonderful. It's just wonderful. It's been so wonderful for my mental health. I am very much a happy person and just thrilled. And I had actually made the decision to do that back in July. But it just took a lot of time to, you know, find someone who wanted to take on the job. And then there was kind of like a transitional period. And so officially in October, I was able to officially step back and just be a full-time groomer, and I'm loving it. And so that kind of went in conjunction with the puppy as well. I could kind of put more focus on my grooming, and yeah, go from there. So yeah, I'll go grab him real quick so I can show you guys my little guy. Oh goodness. So this is Huxtable. He is a standard poodle. Chewing on his bully stick. I figured this would be the easiest way to get him to sit in one spot. So he is, let's see, almost 8 months old. And yeah, can you say hi? Here, come here, come here. Let me hold up your beef, or your bully stick. Oh goodness, there you are. Oh, so handsome. So this is my little buddy. He is my shadow. He is my Velcro dog. If he is out, he is wherever I am. And he's just such a sweet boy. Yes, you are. So he is the one that I'm making sweaters for. All right, buddy, let's go put you back. Come here. So yeah, that is Huxtable. He is just such a doll. So, you know, when we first brought him home, I called them the big kids. The two other dogs did great with him, and they were really patient with him. You know, there was a while where Benny was kind of off and on, like he was just kind of like, ugh, like, can you just stop being crazy? You know, but more or less they did amazing. And there was a little while when he was really little that Benny and him played a ton. Like they really played. Like we actually kept saying that Benny's a puppy again, which was cool. Actually, you can see Benny right there on the couch. So yeah, Benny is, let's see, 11 and a half now. And yeah, it was like we had a puppy again, for 2 puppies. And then Ella actually played with him quite a bit too. Her thing was she would go to these barking fits. Like, and she did it all the time. But with him, she would just kind of get caught in a loop where she was like, I don't know what you're doing. And just bark, bark, bark. So that was interesting to handle. But, you know, we definitely made it through no problem. And, but yeah, her and the puppy would play tug. That was what they did a little bit. So, which was kind of hard to do with puppy teeth and, you know, Ella having her adult teeth. So that was a little, something we had to keep an eye on for sure. But yeah, he, oh my gosh, as a puppy, he was such a spitfire. Like, oh my gosh, so much energy, so mouthy, like so bitey. And yeah, it's a lot. But he's a doll and I just adore him. It's so cool. He's very much like a high drive dog. Like he is like up for anything, like let's go. He loves, I have what's called a flirt pole. It's basically like a big, you ever see those cat toys on a string where it looks like a little fishing pole, you know, with like a toy on the end of it? I have like a dog version of that and got it on Amazon for like 12 bucks if anybody wants one. It's awesome. But they're called flirt poles, and it's basically got a stuffed animal on the end of it, and you can just like swing it around all around the yard on the ground, and he chases the crap out of that and it tires him out, and he loves it. So it's kind of really got me interested in doing dog sports as well as the competition grooming. As far as doing the competitions, we would not be doing them this year because we're still working on him enjoying grooming. He's a baby and he's like, he gets tired of it, and I don't blame him. It's a lot. You know, I deal with that at work as well, where, you know, the young dogs, it takes a good while before they're like, okay, this is fine. I know what you're doing. So we're just not there yet. Also, for the trim that I would use for competition is quite longer than what he's in right now, and he would be so hot right now, so I'm gonna have to time that out appropriately when I do that. But yeah, I really want to get into dog sports. I'd be curious if any of you guys out there do it. I'd love to know what you guys do, because I just think that would be really fun. I want to do what's called Fast Cat, where they but I can't do it till he's a year old, but they just basically run as fast as they can in a straight line after this. It's like a bag, it's a plastic bag on a pulley system that runs on the ground. But yeah, and they time it, and you know, I think he'd be wonderful at that. He's so fast and just loves to run. So I think that would be cool. Lure coursing is another one that I think would be interesting, which is kind of what the flirt pole is like, except that's also done on a pulley system as well. But yeah, I don't know. All these things I want to try. So we've been doing obedience classes. We actually start tonight. We start our final leg of it. We're gonna always do training classes. I just think they're a blast. But this is the advanced class, and this is for 6 weeks. So he just graduated intermediate last week, and he starts advanced this week. And then my plan is to do our Canine Good Citizen test, which is through the AKC. It's called the CGC test. I did that with Ella. So I want to do that with him as well. He gets neutered in June next month, and yeah, so all sorts of stuff coming up. There's a trick class I want to do with him. There's one called Brain Games. I just want to do all these things. I just think it would be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with Puppy. And And then, so yeah, we got him in November, had Christmas and everything. And then, let's see, it was January 23rd, was when we lost Ella. So what happened was I came home on my lunch break to let the dogs out, and I walked in and she looked really bad. She was standing, but she just did not look right. She looked, if anything, she looked, what I thought I was like just kind of sick, like almost as if she had done something wrong, but it wasn't even that. She just looked sick to me. And so I was like, oh, maybe she threw up. And I went and couldn't find any vomit or anything. We took them outside real quick. She went to the bathroom, everything, and then I looked at her gums and they were white and she was drooling. And I was like, oh no, this isn't good. So I called Ethan right away, and he was actually on his way home from work. So it was amazing timing. So I knew he was gonna be right there in a couple minutes. So I put them back and went back to work real quick because I was in the middle of, I had actually had a middle of a haircut. And so I ran back to work. And Ethan said he was gonna keep an eye on her. And then when he got home, she had declined even more. And so he took her to the emergency vet, which is not like maybe half hour away. And, cause this was like 5 o'clock at night. And, what they found was that she had some internal bleeding. And so they did a scan, and they believe that it was maybe like some masses had ruptured in her stomach. And she was just internally bleeding. So basically they didn't foresee it being a good outcome as far as trying to like do surgery to fix it. It wasn't a good perceived outcome. So yeah, so we had to make that tough decision. And yeah, like I said, it was very unexpected. Looking back, I kind of can see now that she had been declining more than I'd realized. She had pancreatitis the year before. She had all sorts of just random illnesses. Like there was a couple of years ago where she was going in for some really odd blood work that she had, and they had to do like an ultrasound on her, and just like, I don't know, she started to decline quite a bit. Her activity level had been declining, but you just think, oh, it's just an old dog. But like when I look at her compared to Benny, she was far more declined than he was. And he's got hip dysplasia and Addison's, and so it's just all these things that you miss, when you're in it, and then when you look back, you're like, oh, now I see it. So that sucked. But we got her, Ethan actually ordered this on Etsy. It's a sweet little, like a headstone for her, so we have that in the backyard. And then my sweet coworkers got me like a little wind chime, because it's her howl, since she can't howl anymore. So sweet. So okay, I'm gonna move on because I'm just gonna cry. So yes, so missing my girl, but very thankful to have my pup here. He was, let's see, about 3 months old. No, he would have been older than that. He was between 4 and 5 months old when she passed. So he definitely kept me busy, and kind of helped fill the void. But yeah, now this last beginning, oh my gosh, it was just last week. Oh my gosh, I keep thinking we're further into May. May 3rd was me and Ethan's 10-year anniversary. So that was very exciting. We went on a hike up north, the Asable River, and it was about, just over 3 miles of a hike. And we took Huxtable with us, and he took it like a champ. He did great. He was all about it. He has a lot of endurance for a puppy, that's for sure. And yeah, he did wonderful and had a blast. And if I can get the footage, I'll put some in here at the end, because we have a GoPro now. That's not what I'm using to record this on, but we have a GoPro that we use for, I'd like to use it to put some footage on here, but also just Ethan will use it on when he's on his motorcycle. But yeah, that hike was a blast. Ethan got me a like an anniversary ring, and I'm obsessed with it, so I'll show you guys. So this is my engagement ring, and then this is my new ring that he got me. It's so pretty. I love it so much. It's so sparkly. But yeah, it was just so stunning. So I am very, very blessed. Very, very blessed. So that was a really enjoyable time. Oh, the only other thing I wanted to mention, I no longer have a P.O. box for the podcast. I was thinking that it came due for the renewal in July, because that was when my old one came due, but it was actually in January. I missed the entire thing. So I don't have one anymore. So I want to apologize if anybody had sent something and I had not responded. I do apologize for that. I don't know if they're just going to return everything for that or what. But I did want to apologize for that. I promise I wasn't ignoring you. I just completely ditzed out and didn't realize that it had been overdue, and then they closed it down. I saw the email for it actually the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Shows how much I get on my Gmail. So yeah, my bad. So I don't think I'm going to be renewing that. I don't think. Let's see. Oh, and then my birthday is at the end of the month. So it's crazy that it's that time of year again. So yeah, at the end of the month, my birthday, and then my oldest niece is going to be graduating high school. So we're going to be going to her graduation party, and that'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to take Huxtable to that as well. She's got a pug, so they'll be able to play together. And then, like I said, June he gets neutered. Hopefully that goes well. Send prayers for that, please. He's actually, this is not his first rodeo with anesthesia. He's had 2 other times that he has had to go under already because, well, like I said, he was a lot as a puppy. So he, so mouthy. Well, okay, I guess the first time wasn't because of him being a mouthy puppy. He had his puppy canines, so his bottom canines were kind of too close in, which was called a base narrow canine, and it was starting to puncture his gums up above. And so my wonderful, amazing vet, who has a ton of dental experience, and she's certified like everything that you can be with dental, she recommended that we just do a little procedure where just they kind of burr out a little space for that tooth to sit. Because she said when they lose the baby teeth, a lot of times the adult teeth will follow the same path. So this way they would be able to take away a little bit of the gum, and then that way the adult tooth would have a spot to sit in. So that worked out really well for the one side. The other side was kind of iffy, but we just kind of really kept an eye on it. As he started to lose his baby teeth around 5 months or so, these were the last ones to go, but his canines were, but we did what's called like ball therapy, and she sent me some articles on it. He just had to like hold on to like a heavy ball. It was like a rubber ball. But it had to kind of just be the right size that it would kind of push out his adult canines as they were erupting. So that seemed to work out fantastic. We just made sure, I think they said to do it like 15 minutes a couple times a day, but I just played ball with him a ton. So his fetch is going well. His fetch game is on point. But we just did a lot of that. And now his bottom canines fit perfectly, so no more, he doesn't need an additional surgery for that, which is nice. But the second surgery that he needed was because, and this literally actually happened the week before Ella passed, so there was a lot going on, but he he was going through this thing specifically with me more so than my husband, but he would launch up at me and try to like grab onto my clothes and I had like a training pouch. All my t-shirts have holes in the bottom of them because of that time. And occasionally he'll still do it, but not like he did at all. Like we're really still working on that. But he would do that a ton and I just could not get him to stop. And the one time he did it, we were in the basement. I was doing training with him down there and he lunged up at my bag, and then all of a sudden I saw a tooth go flying and I was like, oh, you lost a tooth. Like, yay, your first baby tooth. And I found it, I grabbed it, and I was like, oh, it's kind of little. And then I opened his mouth and sure enough, one of his canines, it was one of the top ones, had snapped off. And this is before he was losing his baby teeth. So I was like, oh no. And like it was exposing the root and everything. And I was wondering, I called the vet and I'm like, man, I wonder if they're gonna have to extract it. She gave me the option. She said, you know, you can leave it, but they literally had just had somebody, I want to say it was like a vet tech there or something, like their parents' dog. The same thing had happened. They let it go and it got infected really bad. So I was like, okay, if you recommend it, let's take it out. So he had a baby canine removed, probably like 3 months after that first. No, it wasn't even 3 months. It was a month later, because he had the first surgery was done the beginning of December and this was done mid-January. So this is back to back. So yeah, so he had that removed, and then when there was, as his adult teeth were coming in, all three of the baby canines that were left, they were like doubling up. Like they weren't, it looked like he had 2 sets of each canine. And I was like, oh no, like is he gonna have to have another surgery? And then they ended up wiggling, they ended up coming out on their own. So thank goodness, because it's like, oh my gosh, like he hasn't even been neutered yet. And he's having all these surgeries before even he's neutered, you know? So that was crazy. But yeah, thankfully, knock on wood, everything's been going well. And yeah, I think that's all I've got for you guys. So it's good to be back on here. It felt so weird not doing it. But I don't know, I just was very focused on puppy training. That was kind of my big focus. Still is for sure, but yeah, it was pretty much taking up a lot of my free time, and it was a lot of fun though. It's a lot of good bonding, and I want to keep going with it. But yeah, hoping I can still do a little bit of crafting as well. But yeah, hope you guys are doing great. Let me know what you're working on, and yeah, we'll keep in touch. All right, take care. Bye.